An on-campus group raises funds and hope for battling cancer, what a 4-time cancer survivor says is key to the fight. For the first time in over a year, BGSU hockey rocks the Madhouse on Mercer with fans in the stands. And for spooky season, Falcon Media explores Bowling Green's haunted attraction located minutes away from campus.
Live from the campus of Bowling Green State University.
A recent report from the Columbus Dispatch found a disturbing new statistic. Good evening and welcome to BG24 News. I'm Macy Southard. For the first time in recorded history, the state of Ohio had more deaths than births this past year. In 2020, Ohio reported around 144,000 deaths compared to only about 129,000 births. Experts tell this dispatch that this is a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Wood County Health Department has been tracking the Delta variant of COVID-19 cases reported in the county. Since August, around 30% of the cases are from people who are vaccinated. The study has found that cases within the county have decreased. Currently, about 64% of the population, 12 and older, is fully vaccinated. The undergraduate student government and the Maurer Family Cancer Care Center are teaming up on the fight against cancer. USG hosted an indoor cancer walk last Sunday to help raise awareness and donations. The walk featured 18 laps inside the Perry Fieldhouse to mimic the originally scheduled 2-mile outdoor walk. While rain forced the activities inside, it did not stop over 70 people from showing up and showing their support. In addition to the walk, participants played games, talked to local orgs, and wrote encouraging messages for those battling cancer. But the strongest message of the day came from 4-time cancer survivor Belinda Lingade.
This means the world to me today. I absolutely can't stress enough. Support and love will get you through anything, but you have to believe in yourself. When you get down, think of moments like this where everybody's rooting for you and you get right back up when you keep trying.
The event raised almost $900 for the Maurer Family Cancer Care Center, and USG plans to continue their fight by hosting more events in the future. Known for the large plot of land where customers can pick out their own apples, pumpkins, and squash, Haslinger Orchard sits just outside of Gibbonsburg. They're also gaining attention for their new homemade apple cider. BG24 reporter Ethan Watts went to the orchards for this week's edition of Fall Fun.
Just off of Route 6, about 20 minutes from campus, folks gather around to spend their day at Haslinger Orchards. The first building you come to is full of items made right at the orchard. Everything from jams, candy, and fresh apples fill the shelves throughout the store.
Always come here. This is our favorite orchard to go to. Because down in Florida, though everything grows year-round, it's not the same thing. And this reminded us so much of the apple orchards back in upstate New York, and it's a great place. We love their cider. I can't get enough of it during apple season, so we come here.
Right outside of the store is where the magic happens. In a small barn, the cider mill resides where workers make fresh cider every week. Hand-picked apples are loaded onto a conveyor belt to be smashed and pushed through a tube. The apples are then poured out onto plastic sheets covered with blankets to avoid chunks getting into the cider. After about 10 sheets are stacked high, a machine presses out the juices where it feeds into a carrier to be manually filled into jugs by a worker. The cider is then brought straight to the store to be refrigerated or stored in barrels for safekeeping.
You know, it's just a great family business, and right now I think it's so important we support as many of the family-owned businesses as we can.
There's a great sense of pride in having a business that's been around for this long. Farming definitely is not an easy job. It's just a great sense of pride and knowing that we're providing for the community and providing for our families by doing a job that we really enjoy.
For BG24 News, I'm Ethan Watts.
The orchards are open from 9 to 5 every day except for on Sundays when they open at 11. Be sure to go get yourself some cider soon if the weather holds. For more on this weekend's weather, let's pass it over to Agatha.
Thanks, Macy. Overall, these next few days are going to be wet and rainy. Today it's going to be mostly cloudy. We have a high of 55 degrees and a low of 47. We have high winds as usual in Bowling Green with about a 5-mile-per-hour wind speed. Tomorrow, it's going to be drier in the daytime with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 53. We're looking at about a 90% chance of rain in the evening and about 7-mile-per-hour winds as usual, so it's going to be a bit gloomy tomorrow. Moving on to this weekend. On Saturday, we have a high of 57 degrees and a low of 45. It's not going to be too rainy. It's going to be drier on Saturday. And then this Sunday, your Halloween plans will not be ruined. It's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 41. That'll be it for this week's weather report. Back to you, Macy.
Looks like we'll have to plan our costumes for the cold. Thanks, Agatha. Last week, BGSU showed their spirit for the season and held a fall festival. Reporter Charlie Ryan has more.
The sounds of live music filled the campus of BGSU as students celebrated Fall Fest. The event included activities like riding a mechanical pumpkin, a bungee cord game where students bobbed for apples, and an inflatable corn maze. The highlight of the night, though, for most students, was the food.
Caramel apples and how that was all set up over there. They were really good. The line went pretty fast. It was efficient. It was nice.
There was also an area set up with fire tables for students to hang out with friends, including special appearances from the Sick Sick mascots. For more information on the upcoming events on campus, be sure to check out the events calendar on the BGSU website. For BG24 News, I'm Charlie Ryan.
15 separate teams are competing in a 48-hour film festival here at BGSU. The teams have 48 hours to film their movies and will try to win the award for audience, favorite, and the judges' selection of top 3 films. Tomorrow, films will be screened for the first time in the Union Theater. Awards are handed out after each film is screened. Later this semester, a 60-second film challenge will take place for students to compete. 2 more 48-hour film festival competitions are scheduled for next semester. And now let's pass it over to Steve for sports. Steve, how did the Falcons look this past week?
Well, this past weekend was one of many ups and downs for BGSU athletics, with some exciting wins and disappointing losses. The weekend got underway on Thursday at Cochran Stadium. The women's soccer team fell to the Buffalo Bulls 1-0. The first half consisted of missed opportunities for the Falcons. They outshot the Bulls 4-1 with shots on goal, but remained scoreless. In the 60th minute, Bulls forward Marcy Barbrick would put one in the left corner to give the Bulls the lead, handing the Falcons their second conference loss. The loss left Coach Jimmy Walker believing that the Falcons need to produce more offensively.
Yeah, just sickening, really disappointing result. We played Buffalo in spring last year and came away from that and thought they were better than us that day, and they beat us 2-1. But I thought tonight we were the better team, just couldn't finish the chances. We had 16 shots to 4, they had 1 shot on target and scored 1 goal, and that's the difference in the game. If you don't score, you can't win games.
The Falcons would respond on Sunday with a 3-0 shutout of the Akron Zips. Their record improves to 8-6-3 on the season. The men's soccer team was ranked number 14 in the country. However, Friday night they suffered a surprising 5-1 upset loss to the Zips. The night was simply not meant to be for the Falcons, as the game would get out of hand early on. Just 7 minutes in, the Zips would score off a deflection to take a 1-0 lead. 5 minutes later, the Zips would score again to put the Falcons in a 2-0 hole. In the second half, with the Falcons trailing 4-0, Roberto Garrido would finally get the Falcons on the board to cut the lead to 3 in the 63rd minute. However, the efforts would simply not be enough. On Saturday, the BGSU football team suffered their 4th straight loss at the hands of the Eastern Michigan Eagles at the Doit, 55-24. The first half would be close, as Terrion Stewart would score off an Eagle turnover to give the Falcons a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. However, a pair of crucial turnovers by the Falcons, including an interception by quarterback Matt McDonald, would give the Eagles many opportunities to score. In the third quarter, Jason Patterson would score from 4 yards out and bring the Falcons within 14, but the game would simply be out of reach. Head coach Scott Leffler feels that the team is moving in the wrong direction.
First time this season that I'm disappointed. We took steps backwards, and it felt like last year. And come hell or high water, that's not occurring.
The Falcons look to break their losing streak this Saturday at Buffalo. The BG volleyball team continued their hot streak this past weekend, getting a season sweep over Eastern Michigan at the Stroh Center. Both games on Friday and Saturday would be 3-1 victories for the Falcons. On Friday, the Falcons would start down 1-0, but would pull ahead in the following 3 sets to take the win. Petra Androva would lead the team with 18 kills on the night, and defensively, Katie Kidwell and Caitlin Meyer would dominate the front line with 4 blocks apiece. On Saturday, after winning the first 2 sets, the Falcons would fall in the third, but then the Falcons would then pull out a 4th set win to send the Eagles home. Androva would once again lead the Falcons with 22 kills and 3 aces. The Falcons now have 12 straight wins and are in first place in the MAC. They will be looking to continue their momentum this weekend on the road against Ball State on Friday and at Toledo on Saturday. And the weekend would be capped off in golden fashion. BG Hockey opened the doors to the Slater on Saturday night for the home opener against the Miami Redhawks. After a slow start that left the Falcons trailing by 1, Ethan Sardinia would find the back of the net. Then late in the second period, the Falcons rallied together to pull out of a 2-point deficit with back-to-back goals from Max Cole and Nathan Burke. At the beginning of the third period, Taylor Schneider tied things up at 4 apiece. Later in the period, Austin Swankler would give the Falcons the lead for the first time. And with 20 seconds left in the game, Cole Norris would find an empty net to give the Falcons a 6-4 victory over the Redhawks. Senior forward Nathan Burke felt the energy of having an audience for the first time in over a year.
I don't think I've ever felt like my body shaking on the bench, but I mean, that was crazy. It was so loud and so fun to play in front of. I mean, there's a reason they call it home ice advantage, and I felt it tonight. It was awesome.
The Falcons are on the road this weekend for a doubleheader against the Bemidji State Beavers. And that is all for this week's sports. Talons up, Macy.
Talons up. Thanks, Steve. With Halloween around the corner, the city of BG is encouraging residents to recycle their pumpkins and gourds. You can drop them off at the city's yard waste recycling area. It is located off Tarragon Drive. It's spooky season and BG has some Halloween spirit in the Woodland Mall. Fear Distracted is a haunted attraction located just a few minutes from campus. They offer a thrilling alternative to the holiday for people ages 13 and up. Distracted is about a 15-minute walkthrough that offers a heart-racing scare for visitors. The event is staffed by local students from the University of Toledo and BGSU. Owner Scott Francis uses his passion as inspiration to help him and the staff perform each night.
Halloween to me is a time where the community comes together and you talk to people and you meet people that you've never seen before, and it's just a great thing. So that's really where the inspiration is. Now, granted, I love to scare people. You know, that's like the adrenaline. I'm a junkie for a scare. So, and I, as an owner, I even still scare people in there now.
They are only open from 7 to 10:30 tomorrow and 7 till 11:30 on Friday and Saturday. Luckily for us, Falcon Media got an exclusive look inside the haunted attraction.
Did they? Did they scream?
There we are.
That's us. The doorbell. Doorbell. It's a welcoming sound. Halloween weekend. Everything's gonna be fine. All right. Yeah. All right. Tight fit. Tight fit. We're trying to work it. Focus on me. We're out here. Everything's good. No one can touch anybody. Nothing's gonna happen. Ah, okay. All right. Yep. People are screaming. I don't know where Ryan is. I think our director died.
He's right behind you.
He is? Hey! You got me. That was good. We're about a quarter of the way through. Yeah, you got me bad. I didn't think I was going to get me that bad. The alarm just went off. You know what that means? Clown time? Big rabbit. Okay, yep. So now we're here. Seems to be some playful music. Hey! All right, yeah.
Do you have any children?
No. What? 21. Who has kids when they're 21? Hey! All right.
Please,
loud noises. I'll talk to the missus. We'll get something worked out. We'll bring some kids. It'll all be good, folks. It's all right. Everything's all right. We're gonna be all right. That's what I get out of it. Sam, make those faces. We're gonna have some problems. That guy scared you, Sam. He was coming for you. Oh! All right, yep. Did you get that? You got it. Good stuff. Nope. Okay. So very, hey! All right, there's another one. Arthur the Aardvark, what are your thoughts? 1 to 10. I'll do a spin around for him. Loves it. Loves it. All right. He wants my soul, not the costume.
And now joining us is our very own haunted attraction survivor, Ethan Watts. So tell me, on a scale from 1 to 10, how scary was it?
10. 10 out of 10. Folks, this place is terrifying. I haven't slept in 3 days, okay? These people know what they're doing. They love what they're doing. They have a good time doing it. Overall, it was a great experience for all of us. It was fun to an extent. They do a really good job. I would recommend everyone getting out there this weekend. Try it out.
Perfect, sounds good. Thanks for joining us. The full version of Falcon Media's walkthrough can be found on BG24's YouTube page. That's all for today's news. Thank you for joining us. For more news updates, follow us on social media at BG24TV or go to bgfalconmedia.com. We'll see you next week.
Have a happy Halloween, Falcons.